What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another MLB recap. As you can see, I am debuting my Shohei Ohtani Dodger jersey. Yes, it just came in the mail. Ordered it back way in November, and I've been waiting for this jersey debut for quite some time. So glad that we have Ohtani merch here in the studio, you could say. And let's start off with his team, the Dodgers, as they took on the Mets at Chavez Ravine back on Thursday. The aforementioned Shohei Ohtani did make some history as well. Ohtani got the scoring started as he cracked his fourth home run of the season. This blast put the Japanese phenom in his own elite category, as Ohtani passed Hideki Matsui for the most home runs hit by a Japanese-born player in Major League Baseball, with 176 career bombs. It was 2-0 LA after this historic shot. Now moving on to the bottom of the fifth inning of this game is when the Dodgers added to their slim one-run lead. Mookie Betts belted a liner to Harrison Bader in center. Andy Pages scored. Then two batters later, Freddie Freeman doubled to right field, which plated Gavin Lux from third and Betts from second. Will Smith, he did the same thing, going the opposite way, as he doubled to left that scored Ohtani and Freeman. It was 7-0 Dodgers. Finally, Los Angeles put the nail in New York's coffin, following an Andy Pages 3-run shot to center field. This made it 10-0 Dodgers and earned them the win by that score. Now heading over to Target Field, where Detroit was looking to win the series versus Minnesota. Detroit got off to a strong start as Kerry Carpenter ripped an RBI single down the right field line. Riley Green scored to get the Tigers on the board. Then Buddy Kennedy shot a sac fly to center that scored Torkelson from third base. It was quickly 2-0 Detroit after their first cracks. 2 innings later, in Detroit's third, Buddy Kennedy came through again, this time via a big fly out to left field. It was Kennedy's second MLB home run of his professional career, and his first since the 2021 season with Arizona. Now moving over to the pitching side of things, Casey Mize was fantastic, and it was really great to see the 26-year-old dominate a Major League lineup once again. Mize tossed 6 scoreless innings, relinquishing 5 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 4 men and gave up no runs. Now the fastball velocity increased as his day went along, as the first four-seam fastball he threw of the game touched out at 89.9 miles an hour. But that pitch did top out at 97 on the day and sat around 95 throughout most of the contest. Now the most impressive part of his outing, in my opinion, was the success of his splitter, as Mize generated 5 swing and miss outs. Now this was his second scoreless performance in 6 innings or more, and his first since April 12th, 2021, when he earned his first Major League win against Houston. Now back to the scoring. Spencer Torkelson was responsible for the next pair of Tiger runs, as he doubled in the 7th. Then in the 9th, the Tigers' first baseman hit a sac fly to right field that allowed Green to come across the plate again. It was 9-0 Tigers heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. Now to the Twins' credit, they avoided the shutout thanks to the rookie Austin Martin cracking his first MLB home run off Alex Viedo. The Tigers did end up winning 9-1. Now some good news for Ranger fans and Max Scherzer's return, because while he was originally slated to return in June or July, he could now be ready in early to mid-May. Manager Bruce Bochy said, quote, "We're amazed at where he's at this point. We were looking at the later part of June before he'd be on the mound for us. But it's going to be way before that. And I'll be honest, he's not a spring chicken. But he had upper back surgery and he's pushed it. But not to the point where I think he's risking a setback." Now, Max Scherzer himself said, quote, "I was in extremely good position after the 3-month mark. So that just allowed me to kind of have a normal ramp-up program. That's why I'm not going fast. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm not trying to cut corners. I'm not trying to do anything more than what my body just allows me to do and just be myself. I've been able to get myself to this position." Now, an early return for Scherzer will be a huge win for the Rangers' rotation depth and give them a better chance to widen their lead on struggling teams like the Astros and Angels in that Western Division. Now, if the Rangers can keep things rolling up to midsummer, this will allow guys like Jacob deGrom, Tyler Mayhill, and maybe even Max Scherzer to join the rotation with not as much pressure. We'll give them time to prepare for the postseason. So this is really great news for the Rangers. And now moving over to the Bronx. As just a batter into the A's and Yankees game, home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt tossed Aaron Boone for thinking he argued about a hit by pitch. Esteury Ruiz, he checked his swing on an 0-2 pitch that hit his back foot, which the bird's eye view clearly shows. Now, this vantage point also shows that his bat crossed the plate. However, the first base umpire said he checked his swing, thus granting him first base via the hit by pitch. This call compelled Aaron Boone to have a discussion with Wendelstedt from the dugout. The umpire warned Boone, telling him if he had any more comments, he'd be tossed. So basically, shut the hell up. Unfortunately, a rowdy fan behind the Yankees dugout caught the attention of Wendelstedt just seconds after warning Boone and telling him to shut the hell up, to which the umpire mistaken the fan's comment for Boone's comment and tossed Boone as a result. The umpire made an obvious mistake here by tossing him. One of the other umpires should have kind of intervened and said, hey, like, that wasn't Aaron Boone who said it, it was the fan. I mean, like, umpires are supposed to get the call right. I understand, you gotta, back up your fellow umpires, but look, dude, like, there are, 3 other guys on the field during a game? You're telling me they can pay attention to check swings and stuff going on in the outfield and fans and all that other crap. But you're telling me the one time you kind of need an umpire to kind of see what's going on, no one stepped in? Like, why didn't the third base umpire step in? He had direct line of viewpoint over the Yankee dugout to the fan, heckling the umpire. At bare minimum, they should have overridden the ejection and told the fan, you gotta go somewhere else. Go farther down the line, leave the seat for a hot second. They could have said that, because people have been tossed from games via umpires and fans. It's happened before. So the umpires have the power to do so and to tell fans to shut it or to move it. They can do that. They have that power. I just think umpires across the board are too soft. They need to check themselves before they check others. When it comes to the game, there wasn't much scoring. The A's starting pitcher J.P. Sears handled the Bombers quite well, striking out 7, walking 1, and giving up 1 hit over 6 scoreless innings. Rodon's line was just as good, as the Yankees lefty worked 7 full, also giving up 1 hit, walking 2, striking out 4, and relinquishing 0 runs to the A's offense. Now, unfortunately, the Yankees bullpen could not hold down the fort heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. With a man on and nobody out, Zach Gilloff popped a ball over the right field wall for a 2-run shot to put Oakland up 2-0 in the late inning. Now, although the Yankees had their 3-headed monster due up in the bottom half, Mason Miller impressively dispatched the Bombers, striking out Volpe, Soto, and Judge. The A's were victorious 2-0 at Yankee Stadium. Now, before the Brewers and Pirates contest at PNC Park, a scary situation occurred during Pirates BP as Brewers pitcher Jacob Junis was struck by a ball in the neck, and he was tended to for 10 to 15 minutes while laying on the ground before being taken to the hospital. Now, the Brewers said in a statement, quote, "He is conscious, alert, and responsive. He was sent to the hospital for further evaluation." Now, Junis is currently on the 15-day IL for the Brewers with a right shoulder impingement. Now, when it comes to the game recap of this series, Andrew McCutchen homered to center field to put the Bucks up 1-0. In the 5th, Rhys Hoskins responded with a solo shot of his own. But an inning and a half later, the Pirates took back the lead after Jack Sawinski reached on a throwing error by first baseman Jake Bowers as he tried to flip the ball to the pitcher covering first base. This allowed Key Brian Hayes to score, making it 2-1 Pittsburgh. Then 2 batters later, O'Neal Cruz smacked an RBI single to left that plated Connor Joe and Jack Sawinski to extend the Pirates' lead by 3 runs. It was 4-1 Pittsburgh. Now, despite Milwaukee adding a run in the 8th after a Hoskins RBI groundout. The Pirates defeated the Brewers 4-2 at PNC Park on Monday night. Now let's head over to Cincinnati as the Phillies were looking to extend their winning streak to 7 in a row versus the Redlegs. Now the Phillies got off to a good start as a pair of sacrifice flies from Bryson Stott in the second and Kyle Schwarber in the third gave Philadelphia a 2-0 lead. Now in the top of the ninth, the Phillies did not let up as Cody Clemens delivered the final blow as he hit Philadelphia's first home run of the game out to right center field. It plated Castellanos and Stott. The Phillies would go on to win the game by the score of 7-0 in Cincinnati against the Reds. And that's all I got. Please like, please comment, subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you guys later.